Mr. Wasser, can you go get the defense team? It's been 2 minutes.
He's coming in.
Okay. State Defense, Mr. Medina are present. Ms. Klein, what were you able to learn?
Judge, we spoke to Detective Ruano. He is not at his office yet, and then he has something that he has to take care of, and so he said the earliest he thinks he could be here is around 2 o'clock. And Judge, if you recall, yesterday defense counsel said they would give it to us today, and they'll call Mr. Coleman on Monday because he was already on his way to St. Pete. That would have given us the weekend to look at the late discovery.
Listen, Judge, I understand our situation, okay? But I'll tell you this. This has been a case where things have been popping up on both sides at the 11th hour. In the middle of trial, near the end of trial, what we've done here, Judge, and I don't believe that my witness can be barred from testifying. They can testify if they want to.
I'm not barring him from testifying. I'm just saying that the state has the right to analyze the evidence and to make any arguments in furtherance of that.
Correct. Well, Judge, they can do that, and if they want to recall their expert to attack what has happened and say this was done.
I'm not letting you put your witness on with an unprepared state, just as I would not allow the state to put a witness on with an unprepared defense.
Well, Judge, just to let you know, with regards to the 11th hour, the state witness that they listed, we just got today the detective supplemental report. So in fact, we were forced to take a deposition of a state witness when we didn't even have the report summarizing their interview of him.
Because there wasn't a report generated, to my understanding, when that deposition was taken.
To this issue, we received
last night. Listen, defense, don't try to throw everything in. We're dealing with a specific issue. Let's focus on the specific issues. I don't need the barbs back and forth. This has been a messy trial from the beginning. I'm trying to keep this ship upright and sailing forward and proper so both parties get a fair trial here. So the fact becomes is, I'm not saying anything about the fact that I'm not letting you present this evidence. At this stage, I haven't heard any argument against it. But the fact of the matter is, you said yesterday very clearly that you hired Mr. Coleman for this purpose. Yet, you put Mr. Coleman on the stand and let him get off the stand without presenting that evidence. Now, after he's testified, now you all of a sudden have this light bulb and you say, oh, wait a minute, this witness that we just spent an hour and a half on, we forgot that we had hired him and paid him money to present evidence. I'm going to call him, bring him back from St. Pete and get it. Evidence that was never turned over to the state, apparently. So with all of that being said, they are entitled to look at this evidence, have the opportunity to consult with their experts. If the shoe had been on the other foot, that right would be given to you. So I'm not precluding you from presenting that evidence at this time. I'm just saying I'm delaying the presentation of that evidence so that the state may have an opportunity to review it.
Well, Judge, then I would ask to break till Monday. That's what I would ask, Judge.
You have no other witnesses you can put on today. So you're telling me the only folks that are left to present is Coleman and the possibility of Schumacher. That's what you're telling the court.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is our strategy, okay? And as it's been said ad nauseum, trial is a living thing, right?
I'll
it's dynamic.
accept it again.
It moves around.
It's true.
So now my client has instructed me that he wants that presentation presented now. That's what he's instructed me to do. I'm going under my client's request.
Well, unfortunately, Mr. Medina, we have a jury sitting out here the week before Thanksgiving. Your team has had months to prepare this for trial. You yourself, Mr. Zagana, you don't need to shake your head at the court.
No, I'm not
you
shaking
yourself said that you hired Mr. Coleman back in April.
Correct.
And so you've had all of this time to prepare your presentation with Mr. Coleman. And now we're put in this position. So I am going to say to the defense, with the jury sitting outside, it is time to make a decision about who your next witness is. I am happy to say Mr. Coleman may testify on Monday if there's no issues with it, and depending on court's ruling after any motions that are raised, I'm not precluding you from proceeding forward with that. But I'm not wasting an entire day before a Thanksgiving holiday when you state you have other witnesses to call. So let's call those other witnesses.
If I could just, listen, I understand the court's ruling. I just need to address one thing. There have been rulings in this case. There have been motions in limine filed. The court has in essence, made findings that have, and that you've made findings as the trial is going on, and it's 100% at your discretion. I understand that, and I respect that, Judge. But because of the court's rulings, we now are in a position where, because we had everything, listen, remember, this is a case where the prosecution didn't tell us how many witnesses they had. They really kind of gave us a ballpark on when they were going to finish, so we were scrambling. We had experts in the air, and as we have experts in the air, the court tells us that we have not laid the appropriate foundation for a specific type of evidence, so without that, those experts are no longer viable. We had set up a trial schedule which we're trying to maintain, but we've lost Dr. Logan, we've lost Dr. Fentagrossi, I've lost David Wasser.
You haven't lost Fontagrossi. That issue right now is still, I'm waiting for a predicate to be laid.
Right, well, listen,
I apologize.
We were under the impression and belief that based on the evidence that we presented, that a foundation has been established. It was our position that we believe that we have done enough to make the suggestion based on the video surveillance that she went into a drawer. The drawer is exactly in the position.
Okay, we're not rehashing prior rulings.
So listen,
I am asking you, why aren't there any other defense witnesses sitting outside ready to go?
well, Judge, I'm not saying that we don't have any.
So let's go. I'll give you 5 minutes to re-gear up with your team, but I have a jury outside, and I want to not waste a day of opportunity. So, defense, if you're going to put on a case, let's do it.
And you're precluding me from calling the witness that I had intended to recall today, Mr. Coleman. You're not letting me call him at all today? How about, Judge, having him be called our last witness? I flew him back down again.
Well, you have to fill up the time. I'm not going to keep a jury waiting around. I'm going to allow them to meet with their witness at their expert at 2 o'clock to review that, and we'll hear what the motions are. But you know, today's a Friday. We end at 4 o'clock on Friday, and
okay,
you know, so I will attempt to do that, but I'm not going to leave these jurors just hanging out in the courthouse, wasting a day of their lives. We need to continue forward. So take 5 minutes and decide what your next step is.
Yes, sir.
You see it here.
Rick, you've got this, right? I got to take care of the other thing.
There was a sidebar at that point. There was a sidebar at that point.
Hold on, let me get mine. Oh, you know why? After I have 2 minutes. Judge, we reviewed it. I think we're all in agreement. What was done was, though, it was cut out. So what the state and and I believe the defense...
Is it obvious?
Yeah.
Because there is an for the record, just so we're clear, State Defense, Mr. Martinez, President, there is an instruction on redaction.
Right.
So do you want me
in
to read
addition-
that?
So if you could give that and just also maybe say that, much like other stipulations, that the state and the defense, and I would ask that you, just again,
Can I see
call
the
Mr.
previous,
Medina,
can I see the previous stipulation, just so I can review that language as well?
that there's a stipulation between the parties that, whatever regarding the redaction, that we both agree that this is the testimony and this is what they can rely on. Is that fair?
Correct, and Judge, when we introduce the messages, once they are brought into evidence, what I would ask is to pause the video and allow me to publish the text messages.
Okay. Any objection to that from the state?
It's okay, what I
Sorry,
asked was
I'm
that...
sorry.
To publish the text message, to pause the video and publish the text messages when it's brought into evidence in the video?
As each side is going through, no.
What do you mean?
And just like in a regular court setting, if I
Right.
introduce something into evidence and I want to publish it, once I move for it to be entered in evidence and the judge grants it, I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to publish the text messages to the jury.
So you want to pass this to the jurors and let them each
Once
look
it's
at it?
once it's in evidence.
Can't
Just
stop
like in
him.
regular, right, just like in
Stop
regular.
him from doing that.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, you had indicated that you wanted me to,
This is the CD. Could we just somehow mark on it? And,
It's your CD, let them mark whatever.
well, I gave them a copy. So. Put it on there.
Kelly Harwood or whatever.
Kelly
The case
Harwood,
number.
right,
Kelly Harwood. State.
That won't help.
Madam Clerk, can I just stand here with these for a minute?
And just to confirm that those text messages have been in the custody of the clerk the entire time, I'm sure they have.
And Judge, since one page is falling off, I'm just going to ask the clerk to restaple this so that we don't...
lose it, that's fair.
No, I'm going to hand it to the jury.
Jose's stealing the evidence.
Anybody want coffee? Yeah? Please. Yeah. Taylor, I've got another coffee for later. I got you. Cream and sugar, yeah? We've already agreed. That's passed around the bullets. The butt. My time? You like it?
I do.
Thank you.
Well, that's a good idea. You know what, Judge? Mr. Dunn just had an excellent idea, that instead of maybe passing the one copy around for each juror to have to look at and then pass, because that could take a long time, maybe we could just make 15 copies.
I leave that to the parties, however you
My
want to do
piece
it.
of evidence, Judge.
I'm sorry?
It's my evidence.
That's why I say, however the
I
parties
like
wish
the
to do it.
original. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, for some reason, I'm not finding the standard instruction on redaction. Oh, actually, I have. I just found it. Great. Okay. So are all the jurors downstairs? Okay, let's get in position, please. And for the record, I will be reading 2.2. What is the item to defense is what? What's the item number? The DVD? Excuse me?
Wait, no. But Judge, the CD doesn't go into evidence. The CD is like testimony.
Oh,
The CD
okay.
just gets played.
Correct.
CD does not go into
It's not
evidence.
evidence.
You were correct.
It's not
Okay.
evidence.
No,
It's
no.
just like as if she was here.
Correct.
Correct.
Only
You're
the
correct.
text messages
So her
are
name
in
is
evidence.
We're in
Kelly
agreement,
Berry?
100%.
Okay, so let me make, so that's once. Okay.
Buy a
Oh, so
Powerball
wait, it's
ticket.
Kelly Berry Harwood?
Yes,
Kelly Berry Harwood.
Okay.
Oh, are you unmarking something, ma'am? Recycle?
Yeah.
I love it.
It was like 28 or 29. So they do it. This is the last one. I can put it on something else.
Ms. Klein, can you just move the television so I can just see all the jurors for the
Hold on.
stipulation?
And just, you know, these were my copies of this, and just take.
Okay, state and defense, the jury is entering. The jury is entering, please. Good morning, everybody. Good to see y'all. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your patience this morning. I hope those extra 15 minutes were good for you. Have you all followed my rules and instructions as always? Yes. Would the defense like to call its next witness?
Yes, Judge. The defense calls Kelly Berry Harwood.
Ladies and gentlemen, a stipulation is an agreement between the state and the defense that allows the court and the jury to accept a piece, that they have agreed that they are going to be introducing a witness through a DVD that you will have the opportunity to observe in a moment. So the witness will testify via the television set and on a recording that has been agreed to by both the state and the defense. I would also like to let you know that you are about to view a video recording, and this recording instructs you that the recording has been edited to eliminate irrelevant portions that would not add to your understanding of the case. The fact that the recording has been edited should not concern you in any way and must not impact the way you view or listen to and consider this witness. You may push play.
Okay. I gotta go put it in there.
That's fine.
Give me 1 second.
And you can reposition the television as well.
Do I open it with Windows Player, you know? I figured it out. Sorry.
Turn it up a little bit.
Ms. Barry, Harvard, if you would please raise your right hand and please listen to our clerk. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and
I just want to make sure everyone can hear it, correct? Okay, thank you.
that's the part of the truth? Were you able to hear that, Ms. Barry? No, ma'am. Okay. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony that you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You say I do. I do. You may place your hand down. Please answer all of the questions out loud.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Can you please tell us your name?
Kelly Harwood.
And Ms. Harwood, how old are you?
24.
Did you know a woman by the name of Jennifer Alphonse?
Yes.
And how did you know her?
We work together at studying on her early.
Did you have a relationship? Ms. Harwood?
Can you hear us?
Ms. Harwood, did you have a relationship with Ms. Barry? I'm sorry. Ms. Alphonse, I apologize. Ms. You were married from the time that this incident happened till today, correct?
No, after the incident.
After the incident. So at the time that the incident occurred, your name was Kelly Barry, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And now it's Ms. Harwood, correct?
Yes.
I apologize for the inconvenience. I will call you Ms. Harwood from now on, if that's okay.
No problem.
Okay. Ms. Harwood, did you have a relationship with Jennifer Alphonse?
Yes.
And how would you describe that relationship?
We were friends and co-workers.
Would you communicate with her on a regular basis back in 2013?
Yes.
Would you communicate with her via social media?
Yes.
Did you, in August of 2013, have a Facebook account? To your knowledge, did Ms. Alfonso have a Facebook account in 2013?
Yes.
Would you guys use that social media medium to communicate with one another through Facebook Messenger?
Yes.
On August 8th, 2013, do you recall having a conversation via Facebook Messenger with Jennifer Alphonse?
Yes.
At some point after the incident date, August 8th, 2013, did you reach out to the lead detective in this case?
Yes.
And what did you provide the lead detective?
Messages from August 8th.
And those messages were between who?
Jen and I.
And I see that in front of you to your left, it appears to be a copy of the Facebook Messenger communication.
Yes.
Are those communications a fair and accurate description of the communications between yourself and Jennifer Alfonso via Facebook Messenger on August 8, 2013?
Yes.
Do they appear to be altered or tampered with in any way?
No.
And those are actually screenshots that you yourself took and sent to Texas Bros.
Yes.
Judge, at this time, the defense moves what has previously marked as a composite as A1 is evidence.
State. So, genetically.
Judge, at this time, I would ask to publish what I just entered into evidence via preserved testimony to the jury.
Okay, if you could just push play for a moment so we can hear what Jeanette marked it as.
It says A1 composite modified identification, now becomes A composite.
You may now publish. Ladies and gentlemen, I will again remind you that all items that come into evidence during the course of this trial will go back with you into the jury room for your further consideration.
Judge While the jurors are reviewing the evidence, maybe we can sidebar with the defense.
Yes. Jose, do you want to just go hang with the jury? State Defense, may I see a party sidebar? Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is we're going to actually take that exhibit. I'm going to ask the defense to place it on the Elmo and go page by page. What we will do is, because we cannot communicate with you, what we will do is we will, I will ask defense if you would kindly place a page when you have read the page. Raise your hand. You can do it very quickly. I will be monitoring it, and I will tell you to change the page. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Not good.
It's okay. Go. That's it.
No, Judge.
Not capturing all of it because there's more. So I can't get the whole thing in.
Scott, I think you can
Okay,
submit.
I got it. I'm just going to move it up a little bit, if that's
Okay,
okay.
so everybody, what I'm going to ask you to do is, once you've read this part, raise your hand and we'll move it up.
Can I just ask if everybody's going to have, I'll wait a few seconds.
We're still waiting. I can do it. Yes, you do it. Okay. Great.
Judge, I'm sorry, that's not the end of the page.
Yeah, it is.
You want to move that one up?
Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize.
from the previous. Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, you will receive that exhibit and evidence for further review in the jury room. When all the parties are in their places, you may push play.
Madam Clerk? And with the court's permission, I'm now going to
Resume the video.
resume the video.
Please. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. On the, and I just want to, for your clarification, on the first page, it appears that the communications on the left, who are they coming from on the left? Who is speaking on the left-hand side? And you are on the right-hand side of the room, is that correct? Yes. And on the top of the first page on August 8th, there appears to be a time of the first communication or attempted communication by Ms. Alfonso to you. Is that correct? Yes. And is that time 2:57 in the morning? Yes. Now, I know that you took screenshots so we